Hello world, and welcome to the very first episode of the Final Girl Countdown. Just as a brief overview of the series, today was the Kickstarter launch of the third season of Final Girl, which is a really cool solo board game made by Van Ryder Games. And to celebrate that, I've decided to take a look at a bunch of different movies featuring classic Final Girls, or in some way related to the idea of the Final Girl, or related to the game itself, especially the current Kickstarter. And thought I would lead things off first with The Final Girls. So The Final Girls is a homage to 80s slasher flicks. It's about a girl named Max who, along with some of her friends, ends up actually trapped inside of one of those horror movies. In this case, it is Camp Bloodbath, which, if you've seen Friday the 13th or other movies like that, you kind of can get a sense about what Camp Bloodbath is about. And the really interesting thing is that one of the actresses in Camp Bloodbath is actually Max's mother, who died in a car crash 3 years earlier. So this is one of the really core things of the movie is the relationship between Max and her mother, or I guess more accurately, Max and Nancy, the character played by Max's mother. And it's this really interesting, not quite mother-daughter relationship, more like person who looks like and sort of is mother and daughter. It's hard to explain, but it works really well and comes across well in the movie, and is actually the emotional core of the movie is really what makes this film special. In terms of just being a slasher fic, it has all of the standard things. You take off your clothes, you're going to die. The music is just a straight homage to Friday the 13th with its ma ma ma. And you have your masked killer walking around with a machete. But what really makes this movie stand out is actually, the characters and the relationships. You really get a good sense of getting to know these characters so that when people do start dying, like, it's impactful. It's not just, oh, there's another body. It's, oh no, I like that character. Why did they have to go? That sort of a thing. Let's see what else. So the movie has a PG-13 rating, and I think originally it was intended to be R, but the PG-13 works fine. The emphasis is not, as I said, it's not so much on the kills and the violence as it is with some other movies, but it's really on the characters and the relationships. And it just works out really well. There's a good emotional undertone to it. So if you like these kinds of movies, I definitely recommend The Final Girls. I am going to have a poll down below if anyone is interested in suggesting some movies for me to watch. I have some to go through, but I'm going to need I'm going to need 24 of these movies to get through before the campaign ends on Friday the 13th. So take a wild guess at what movie we're ending with. But yeah, Final Girls. Check it out. And don't forget to look at Final Girls Season 3, currently on Kickstarter by Van Ryder Games.